Kelly signs an executive order today aimed at protecting federal benefits for foster children. Dylan Domingue joining us now with those details.
Rachel, here's video of Governor Kelly signing that order today. Kansas becomes the first state in the nation to do something like this. The governor says it will ensure that the federal benefits that Kansas foster children receive go to them and not the state. The order completely reforms the way federal benefits are handled. Now, in the past, the Department for Children and Families used cash entitled to youth to reimburse themselves for providing food, clothing, and shelter. That new order will stop DCF from using children's benefits to reimburse itself. Instead, DCF will work as a child's trustee and help find adults who wish to manage the funds until the child is 18 years old.
This had been a long-standing practice in states, and there wasn't any prohibition from doing it, but this is the right thing to do because this money rightly belongs to the children and should stay with the children for their needs.
Kansas is the first state in the nation to enact this change via executive order. My hope is that other states will follow our example and end this practice altogether.
And about 950 Kansas foster kids are eligible for federal benefits. They total about $9 million a year.
Dylan, thank you. New now, United States Attorney